The market started off great this year, with the S&P 500 up by 5.8%, the JSE Top 40 up by 7.7%, and Bitcoin up by a whopping 45.2%. This comes as a rebound from the horrible market that we experienced last year, but it is still too soon to say whether or not we will hit another correction or a dip. Does any of this matter? Not really, because as I'm trying to teach with these monthly investment portfolio update videos, it is far more important to focus on a long-term investment strategy and sticking with it through the highs and the lows instead of trying to beat the market or find alpha, whatever crap active traders would use to try and sound smart. The vast majority of investors, professional or not, will never beat the market. So the best thing would actually be to just try and keep things simple by investing in broad market funds like ETFs. With that said, as a disclaimer, I also try my hand at picking individual stocks, not because I think that I can beat the market, but because I find it kind of fun. And it also provides great educational material that I can share with you guys. Now, as you will see, I try and diversify my investment portfolio across many different assets and investment platforms so that I can share my experiences, failures, and victories, and therefore show you what options and strategies are available so that you can ultimately make your own informed decisions. Alrighty, so in the month of February, I invested a total of 13,500 Rand, which was allocated as 1,000 Rand into individual shares, 2,000 Rand into offshore shares, 500 Rand into property, 3,500 Rand into my offshore ETF portfolio, 2,500 Rand into my passively managed tax-free savings account, 1,000 Rand into my passively managed retirement annuity, 500 Rand into my actively managed tax-free savings account, 500 Rand into my actively managed retirement annuity, and 2,000 Rand into crypto. My local shares portfolio currently has a value of 17,174 Rand with a profit of 9% or 1,336 Rand. I own 19 individual local shares, including African Rainbow Capital, Aspen, British American Tobacco, Capitec, Richmond, Discovery, MTN, Naspers, Northern Platinum, Process, Purple Group, Renogen, Sasol, Shoprite, Sibanye Stillwater, Standard Bank, Sun International, Spar, and Transaction Capital. My best performing local share so far is Naspers with a profit of 81.4%, and my worst performing local share is Purple Group with a loss of 41.2%. I use the Simply Wall Street website to find the most undervalued shares, and then I just buy more of them every single month. So this month, I invested 340 Rand into British American Tobacco, which was trading at 54.9% below its estimated fair value, MTN at 58.6%, and Sun International at 81%. My offshore shares portfolio currently has a value of $3,928 with a loss of 4.9% or $197. I currently own 9 US individual shares, including Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, Berkshire Hathaway, Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, Tesla, and Visa, as well as 4 ETFs, including the iShares Global Healthcare, iShares MSCI China, the Vanguard S&P 500, and the Vanguard FTSE Emerging Markets ETFs. My best performing US individual share is currently Nvidia with a profit of 42.5%, and my worst performing US share is Amazon with a loss of 12.5%. Now, I follow the exact same strategy as with my local shares portfolio, where I try to buy more of the shares that are the most undervalued. So for this month, it was Alphabet, which was trading at 37.7% below its estimated fair value, Amazon at 33.4%, and Meta at 16.9%. I invested $20 into each one of these stocks, as well as into the iShares Global Healthcare and iShares MSCI China ETFs. I only recently added these 2 ETFs to my portfolio, and if you want to know why I am personally bullish on both these industries, then go and watch my previous update video. In my passively managed tax-free savings account, my current portfolio value is 55,727 Rand with a profit of 8.1% or 3,997 Rand. I only own 4 ETFs, including the Cautious Total World, Satrix Top 40, Satrix Property, and Signia Global Property ETFs, with the best performing ETF being the Satrix Top 40 with a profit of 13.4%, and the worst performing ETF being the Satrix Property with a loss of 6.7%. Within my tax-free savings account, I aim for a portfolio allocation of 40% offshore equity, 40% local equity, 10% offshore property, and 10% local property, and I explain exactly why in this video. My current allocation is 41.3% offshore equity, 36.3% local equity, 10.1% offshore property, and 12.3% local property. So in order to align it more with my desired allocation, I invested 2,500 Rand into the local equity section using the Satrix Top 40 ETF, which brought my allocation to 39.4% offshore equity, 39.1% local equity, 9.7% offshore property, and 11.8% local property. I'm getting closer and closer to my goal and will hopefully reach it within the next month or two. My easy property portfolio currently has a value of 4,564 Rand with a profit of 3.3% or 147 Rand. I own 8 properties including the REIT, Capital on Bath, Blackbrick Stanton 2, the Fynbos, the Duke, 1 on Ann, 6 on N, and the Edge. This month I invested 550 Rand into the one in Stellenbosch, which has an estimated rental yield of 6.7% and an internal rate of return of 9%. Then moving on to my passively managed retirement annuities, which is split up between Signia and 10x investments. My RO with Signia, which is invested in the Signia Skeleton Balanced 70 Fund, currently has a value of 33,903 Rand with a profit of 0.7%. My RO with 10x investments, which is invested in the 10x Your Future Fund, currently has a value of 14,226 Rand with a profit of 5.8%. I have a debit order of 500 Rand which goes into both these funds every single month, and then I also try to make lump sum contributions to both when I have some extra cash available. Now, with retirement annuities, you need to be very careful of the fees being charged, as a saving of only 2% in fees could potentially mean 60% more money in retirement. Now I explain exactly everything that you need to know about choosing the right retirement annuity for your needs in this video. And if you want to see how much fees you could potentially be saving when switching over to 10x investments, and you want to score a free 250 Rand Take a Lot voucher, then pop me an email at moneymarx101@gmail.com with your name, surname, email address, and cell phone number so that I can refer you to 10x. They will then send you an obligation-free cost comparison report that will earn you that juicy Take a Lot voucher. And if you then do decide to become a 10x client by either opening a retirement annuity, living annuity, pension, or provident preservation fund within 6 months after introduction, you will not have to pay any platform fees for the first 6 months. So if you're interested, then make sure to pop me an email, because if you sign up with them without using a referral link, then none of these benefits will be applicable. Alrighty. Then in my offshore ETF portfolio, which I have with Interactive Brokers, my current portfolio value sits at $2,717 with a loss of 5.3% or $144. I only invest in one ETF, the VWRA, which is an Irish domiciled ETF that basically tracks the whole world's economy. As you can see, it has been in the red for the majority of 2022, in line with the overall stock market crash, but it is finally starting to pick up again. Now, I made some money in referrals, which I used to buy 2 shares of this VWRA ETF, costing me a total of $206. The current buy price of $103.20 is still lower than my average purchase price of $109.21, so this is a good time for me to buy some more. And then finally, let's talk about my crypto portfolio. I currently have 10,070 Rand invested in the top 10 equal weighted bundle from Revex, which is still at a loss of 21.8% or 2,800 Rand. I also have 10,291 Rand invested with easycrypto.co.za, which is currently at a profit of 22.4% or 1,791 Rand. This portfolio is split up between the EC10 market weighted and ECA20 altcoin bundles. I invest 500 Rand into the top 10 bundle from Revex and 250 Rand into the 2 bundles from easycrypto.co.za every single month. I also invest 500 Rand into both Bitcoin and Ethereum by making use of the auto buy template from easycrypto.com, which then automatically gets transferred to my Exodus software wallet, whose current value sits at 17,082 Rand. Now, the crypto industry took a lilac knock last year with the collapses of many major crypto exchanges alongside the overall stock market crash, but it is picking up nicely again. Cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology do have the potential to change the way that we interact, spend, and even communicate with each other, but they are admittedly quite difficult to understand, especially for beginners. And without understanding the technology, you won't be able to see the full benefit that it will eventually bring. So in collaboration with easycrypto.com, we curated an entire educational course on cryptocurrencies to help improve the knowledge and awareness of this exciting new asset class among South African investors. And yes, it is completely free to watch. So if you are still on the fence on whether or not you should include cryptocurrencies in your portfolio, then this course will definitely teach you everything that you need to know in order to make an informed decision. And if you are already a crypto investor, this course will also be for you, as it will sharpen your knowledge by showing you how you can invest responsibly, how to keep your crypto assets safe, and how you can incorporate it into your larger overall investment portfolio. I will leave a link down in the description that you can follow to access this course for completely free. Enjoy! Okay, lekker. So this brings my passive investment portfolio at the end of February 2023 to a total value of 279,432 Rand, which is split up between 18.7% individual stocks, 66.3% broad market ETFs and unit trusts, 1.6% property, and 13.4% crypto. Now, I would ideally want to have around 70% of my portfolio allocated to broad market ETFs and unit trusts because, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it will be a much more sustainable long-term strategy than trying to beat the market with picking individual stocks. So I will try and add more of my money to my tax-free savings account, retirement annuity, or offshore ETF portfolios in the next month or two. I will likely never really reach my target allocation 100%, because in some months stocks may outperform ETFs and in other months crypto may outperform stocks. But the idea behind tracking these numbers every single month is to kind of see where I am underweighted, as that serves as a guide to tell me where I need to invest more of my money moving forward. Now, if you guys have any questions or suggestions on my investment strategies, then feel free to gooi them down in the comments. Okay, dankie, bye!